And if you all would just bear with me. Sorry, I just want to make sure that we can kind of get into. If you all would come and sit in the circle for me, so we have a few people to bring a chair. I have 4 here already, so my folks can just sit in. This might, disclaimer, this might seem a little weird, but it's all going to make sense in the end, so let's just go with the flow. Can we do that? Yes. All right. So how many of you like to read? Okay, just Ben and I. All right. Ben, why do you like to read?
I don't know. I really enjoy reading for fun. So like more like fantasy books and stuff like that. It's just like a little bit of an out for a while.
Yeah, I agree. Does anybody have, even if you don't like to read, do you have a favorite book, or like do you remember maybe a childhood story that you used to read?
Mulligan's Steam Shovel book.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that one.
So it's about a steam shovel that like has this all this work, and he like digs, and then like the diesel engines come in, and he's kind of like put out to work, and then they have a competition who can dig faster,
Wow.
and the steam shovel wins, but then he couldn't get out, so they made him the furnace.
Cool. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else remember?
Yeah. It was called Lord Rex, and it was the king of the jungle, the lion or whatever, and he kept wishing that he was like a giraffe, and so then he got a giraffe neck, and then he just wishing different animal stuff, and then he became a little bit of each one of those things, and really then he got back to thinking, and he's like, really he was good at what he was, and he didn't need all these other animals. Things. I guess the synopsis can
Oh yeah. So having a message, having a takeaway from the book. I think that those are some of my favorite stories also. So what I wanted to do with you all today was share one of my favorite stories with you all. Is that okay? All right. You all familiar with this one? Have you filled the bucket today? Just gonna have a little story time. Sound good? All right. So this is called Have You Filled a Bucket Today? A Guide to Daily Happiness for Kids. It is by Carol McLeod, and it's illustrated by David Messing. All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. You can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket. Each member of your family has a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have a bucket. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Who carries an invisible bucket? Everyone. Good. Your bucket has one purpose only. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. You feel very happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel very sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. How can you tell if someone's bucket is empty or full? They're in a bad mood, then that means that their bucket is empty. Yeah. And if their bucket's full, then they are happy. Lively. Good. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. You need other people to fill your bucket, and other people need you to fill theirs. You can fill your own bucket too. So how do you fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's being a bucket filler. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says or does nice things that makes others feel special. When you make someone feel special, you are filling a bucket. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That's being a bucket dipper. A bully is a bucket dipper. A bucket dipper says or does mean things that make others feel bad. Many people who dip have an empty bucket. They think they can fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's, but that will never work. You never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. What's a bucket dipper?
Someone who's like condescending to you, who say don't like what you're saying, so they're trying to get you to just like it.
Good. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. All day long, we are either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. You love your mom and dad. Why not tell them you love them? You can even tell them why. Your caring words will fill their buckets right up. Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel the smiling too. Or you will feel like smiling too, sorry. A smile is a good clue that you have filled a bucket. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket and think of what you can say or do to fill it. Here are some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to the bus driver. He has a bucket. You could invite the new kid at school to play with you. You could write a thank you note to your teacher. You could tell your grandpa that you'd like to spend some time with him. There are many ways to fill a bucket. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how old or young you are. It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't take much time. And remember, when you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places to be. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. So why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I am going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. And at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? Yes, I did. That's the life of a bucket filler, and that's you. Okay. So, to recap, talked about a bucket dipper and a bucket filler. Can someone tell me the difference between those two, just to review?
Filler's someone who wants to encourage other people, make them feel better, and bucket dipper is one that wants to help them, tries to take away from their good feelings, their happiness.
That's it. Very good. So if I said, Ben, would you like to go to lunch today? Lunch is on me. Am I being a bucket dipper or a bucket filler? Filler. Okay. What if I get to lunch with Ben and I say, just kidding, it was all a joke? Would that be a bucket filler or a bucket dipper? Bucket dipper. That'd be kind of mean, right? Kind of get all excited about going to lunch and hanging out, and then I get there and I'm rude and nasty. Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to move back to our tables, and in our small groups we're going to review some more about being a bucket dipper and a bucket filler. Okay?
As of 2 days ago.
One I will let you do this with your kids 2 days ago.
I did take this.
All right. So in these little envelopes, you have slips of paper, and with your table mates, what I'd like you to do is to create 2 piles. One pile will be you highlighting the examples that are bucket fillers, and then the other pile will be examples of bucket dippers. So you should have 2 piles on your tables when you're all done. So work together to get those sorted. Bucket dippers, bucket fillers.
First, sharing more. How someone will have great ideas. How the classmates do not think that's as much. Say mean words to your teacher. You tell someone he is nice. Take a friend who is hurt to the nurse. Oh yeah, okay. Help a friend unless you have to go across. Tell someone you don't want to be his friend. Open the door for your teacher. Tell your mom or grandma that you love her. You lit it up. All right. We'll make this go faster. Did you really?
Do we have our do we have our list sorted? Okay. So what I want to do is check. All right. So which pile is which? Filler. Okay. So, all right, so let's put the bucket dippers where they belong. There we go. All right, we have power over here. All right, which is which?
This is the dipper fillers.
Okay.
Dippers.
Dippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are
Okay, fillers. All right, very good. Let's put the dippers where they belong. Fantastic. All right. So this is going to be our bucket of positivity. There we go. All right. Bucket of positivity so that we can be reminded to be bucket dippers. All right. Everyone has a blank sheet of paper on their desk with a marker. What I need you all to do, and I would like you all to, after I give you the directions, to stand up to do this. It'd be easy to just do it with your table mates, but I want you all to do it across each other. I need you to obtain 3 signatures, right? So think about ways that you can go to someone else's, meet with someone else, right? Get a partner, write on their paper, and I want you to fill their bucket by writing something on their paper and signing it. Does that make sense? So I would go to Sarandon's and say, Sarandon, I love your hair today, and sign it, right? That would be an example of me being a bucket filler, okay? So each person should have 3 signatures, so different color markers on their paper, because they talked to someone else and let someone else fill the bucket. You all are going to just, do this, help each other, and when you're done, I'm going to take those papers individually to verify that what Ben signed is indeed an example of being a bucket filler, so that I know that he understands what it means to be a bucket filler. Make sense? 3 signatures on the paper, but you have to actually say something and then sign your name. Got it? I'll give you guys like 7 minutes to get it. But make sure you go across the room as well.
To be the
Once you get your 3 signatures, I'll take your paper and you can submit it to me.
You did good.
Thank you.
Dang it, Courtney.
You guys always crack me up.
Definitely spelled this wrong, but it's okay.
Jared's.
Bing, bing.
She has yours.
that?
Mine.
Oh, here.
Make sure that you also read what the person is writing before you turn it in, so you'll know what they said.
That's mine.
Alright, I got yours.
We just need to read.
Just 3.
You guys are so sweet. Put my name.
There it is.
You want to check this?
After you're done, yeah.
Okay.
Can you put your name somewhere on your paper as well? And then you can just bring it up to me. But make sure you take a moment to read what they said.
He does.
No, I mean, not
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Matt. Oh,
Mine
no.
That's
Uh-oh. Here,
perfect.
give it to me, Matt.
Thank you.
I'll fill your bucket.
There's 3.
Aw,
Yeah, 3?
y'all are
I had
precious.
2.
Oh,
Get someone else to sign.
Ben, you know.
Can't do something nice.
Well, I can do, can we do somebody else that we don't?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Because I want to make sure that everyone
Okay, you can do
has.
mine if you want to.
can I do yours or not?
My bucket's always
Okay.
needs
Right.
filling. Up your shield. Yep. It like throws me off whenever I can see me up there. No, you're fine.
It'll be off you in a minute.
That's why I'm hiding.
I'm ready, Mark.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you.
That was good. Don't worry. Pen back. Oh, okay. Do you want the pen back?
Oh. Some markers.
Sure you think this will happen?
Thank you.
Well, I get to read it, don't I?
Please.
Just kind of slides it in.
Oh, that's
All right, so. Thank you. Can someone share with me, a couple people, just share with me how reading what your classmates said about you as they attempted to fill your bucket, how did that make you feel? Good. Yeah. Happy. I heard a lot of, oh, that's so nice. And when you all handed it to me, I perked up, right? Really big smile. Like, oh, that's a really nice thing to say. So as a result of today's lesson, what do you think you'll do differently leaving class today?
Try to bring someone else's bucket.
Try to fill someone else's bucket. Because when you fill someone else's bucket, your bucket gets full as well, correct? All right, very good. So when we come back in class tomorrow, we'll extend the conversation about being a bucket filler as we learn more about character traits and how we can kind of think about what it means to continue to be a bucket filler. All right, insane. Okay. What I just did was walk you through a lesson. Simulated elementary, designed to be really quick and easy, right? And what I want to do is, once I pull up the PowerPoint and we go over the components of lesson planning, hopefully you will be able to remember the different things that I did and that we did so that we can fill in how that simulated a piece of a lesson, right? I went from top to bottom, started with a little combo in the circle, ended it with just kind of a recap of what we did, okay? Everything that I did was intentional, walking through the components of lesson planning. So I'm going to get that pulled up on As You Learn.